Today I had the brand new ATEM Mini Pro arrive here at the house. I'm going to talk about who this is for, why I purchased it, and we're going to do a complete unboxing video. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name's Shane. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. This just arrived. Full disclosure, I paid full price for this here in Melbourne, Australia. I actually ordered it online. I sort of pre-ordered it because the ATEM Minis are pretty much out of stock and there's no ETA on when they're coming back in. So I opted to get this. It was twice the price, but it has a few features that I think are really important for a content creator. If you're producing any type of long form content, live streaming, podcasts, where you can actually just switch camera views and save on editing, this thing is an absolute lifesaver. So the first thing I have to do is blame Peter Gregg for this. I've been watching his live streams. He's got a camera channel. It's fantastic. His live streams are second to none, and thanks to his ATEM Mini, as well as a few other devices he's got hooked up to the computer, it really changed my perspective on live streaming, not only in what you could do with it, but just the overall quality. Having multiple cameras is just an absolute lifesaver, and I'll talk a little bit about that in more detail in just a moment. So let's get into this. Usually I've got this really cool box cutter that I use to open all my packages, but I don't know where it is. So we're using a scraper, which does have a blade on it as well, which is a good thing. So here we go. Man, I can't believe I actually got one of these. They're just out of stock everywhere. And being that this has just come out as well, you'll see some follow-up review videos on this, because I'm really excited to not only just start using it, but to see what it's actually capable of in more detail for myself. And being that I paid for this, I'm going to invest the time and the effort into learning all about it. So let's start with what we have in the box to begin with. We get a welcome card included in the box. We get some software installation guides as well. We get a sticker, and we also get some information on how to download DaVinci Resolve. Now, I use Final Cut, so I won't be using that. I already know it back to front, so there's no point in me buying that. We also get this little white box. Let's take a look and see what we get actually in here. Included, we also get different power supplies for different areas in the world. That's awesome. And we also get an included power supply. And lastly, hiding at the bottom of the box is the ATEM Mini Pro itself. And my first thought about this is, man, this is tiny. This is so small. Something so expensive can be so small. Actually, it's pretty well priced considering the 4K options out there, as this is only 1080p. But for live streaming, that's all you need. Now we get 4 HDMI inputs on the back. We also get a microphone input and a USB output. There's also an Ethernet port there as well as the power connector. So we get 2 mic inputs actually on the back here. Let me just show you those up close. So if you want to connect an external audio device, you can. From what I understand though, analog inputs versus HDMI inputs have very different latencies. So I'm probably just going to avoid that altogether and just use it as a HDMI device for switching. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to purchase this, right now I have 3 cameras set up, 1, 2, and 3. The other reason this is such a great option for someone like me who does multi-camera work, I could set this up with my cameras, record to an external hard drive and shoot a video much like this and change cameras in the recording or streaming process just by hitting the different buttons actually on the pad. Nice and simple. This is going to greatly save me editing time, syncing up cameras, all that kind of stuff. Now, given this is 1080p only, I'm not going to have that option for 4K, but there's nothing to stop me from recording my cameras at the same time as well as this, just in case I need to, crop in or do something different. But overall, this is definitely going to save a whole lot of time for me doing what I do as a content creator. Now, not only on this channel, but on my main channel at In The Blues, I've been producing videos on YouTube for so long. I've kind of avoided the switches because I'm really fussy when it comes to wanting to produce a video to my standards. The switcher I see as more of an in-the-moment live stream device mixed with long stream or long form content where I'll be doing a podcast, which I do in this room. So if I have 3 cameras set up, I'll have an external monitor that I can view. I can change the cameras as we go, just on the fly, and this will greatly save the editing time. If you've ever edited a video, the longer the video gets, the longer it takes to edit. And some of the podcasts I do are up to an hour or more with 3 4K cameras. It's a bit of overkill, so this is gonna be a really time-effective solution for a guy like myself. The main selling point for me with getting the Pro was the fact it had this USB out, which means I can record directly to my SSD drive. I've got a Samsung T5. and that's gonna make getting a really high quality backup just a really great option. Say you're streaming and the stream drops or fails for whatever reason, you're still gonna have a really high quality backup on a disk that I can just import directly to Final Cut and edit straight off that disk. At least that's the theory. I haven't tested that yet. What I'm going to do on the channel coming up is not only use this for live streams, but I'm going to do a full review and breakdown and how to use it. All those kind of videos will be coming up. So subscribe and click the bell. And at the end of this, I'm going to tell you whether or not I think it's actually worth the money they're charging and what are some of the limitations of it. But I like to use something before I just pump out a video review. I don't think that's going to help anybody. So I'm going to get to know this. I've got all the HDMI cables hopefully turning up tomorrow as of shooting this video. So I'll get it hooked up. The next live stream you see on this channel will be with this. Fingers crossed. I hope so, at least anyway. And we're going to see whether or not it works. And I'm on limited bandwidth here, which is another test I wanted to do. We're going to see whether or not we can hook this in through OBS as well. This can be seen as a webcam when it hits your computer. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this, seeing it in action, testing it out, and hopefully being happy with it. But we'll find out coming up on a future video. So thanks again. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos about the ATEM Mini Pro. It's definitely going to be coming up on the channel now that it's arrived. And if you also subscribe to In the Blues, you're going to see some really cool live streaming coming up there too. So thanks again for watching. My name's Shane. Thanks again, Peter Greg. Links will be up here and in the description if you want to check out his channel. I'll catch you soon. See ya.